You know.
Look,
So
if I'm gonna be honest with you, your wife always been balling with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Man, Miss Evans is fancy.
But hey, you can say whatever you want to about Big Easy.
Right.
But I think as a man, you're judged by your woman.
Oh, that's
You
okay.
judged by your woman.
Yeah.
If you out here and you driving, you know, if you driving Mercedes,
Yeah.
and your wife driving a Pinto, you fail. You can't recover from
Of course, Seeker.
But
Hey,
what
you
the
talking
other
about-
part of that too is most men would have it the other way
Remember the
around.
Corsicas out
I would rather my wife drive the Mercedes
That's why
and
we
I
here
drive
together.
I drive the Pinto.
That's
Like
why
I
we here together.
I tell my I got a hub not I got a hubcap on one of mine.
Yeah, you do. Your wife do drive better than you. That's true.
Right, but I would always that's always gonna be the
Always
case.
first. You
Right?
take care of home first.
I want to ask y'all that too, and damn, you include on this too, even though you know you about to evolve into the next phase. What is y'all's take on? So this whole thing, there's a big thing going on in the community now, where a lot of women are looking for, have this expectation of men being a financing their lifestyles. They cloak it with being a provider, but they say I want a man that can take 100% of the bills, and they don't have to. What's always been y'all mentality when it comes to cultivating your relationships and marriages out of financial
my wife,
responsibilities?
Remember, me and my wife started dating when I was 18. You know, so she just like she told this lady the other day. She said, and I don't like using this word, but she used it. She said, "Bitch, I deserved it." You know, because she was here in the times when we was eating ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying? She was there when we was getting lights turned off, and she was working 2 jobs because I was in the Army and in the field. You know, so that means, yeah, she can drive the Benz. You know, she can live in a nice house. She can go buy $400 or $500 purses. You know, she can, and don't have to go to work. So when a woman come up to me and say, well, you know, I'm looking for a man that's making 6 figures, you ain't earning.
That's man.
And it's funny, and on the lower level where I'm at, where it was real simple. And it's funny, me and Miko, Miko and I, we talk about this. Like the life and the way that my wife and I live now is nothing like the conversations me and Miko had in our early 20s. I was never willing to, like, I will always, like, me being a sole provider was never something that I even thought to embrace. It was, I wouldn't say it's 50-50, but it was all, my mentality was I never wanted a housewife, and if you gonna work, then work. Like, maximize how you gonna work.
If you can work, then work. That's
And it's different too, because my wife is, you know, in the process of going through nursing school and things like that. So, but for me, it was this development of my maturity and me always saying what I have to do for the family, regardless of what my wife. I'm simple. I'm frugal too. It was always, I used to take women on dates to, you know, and spend $30 and be like, all right, you know that you get me. That's the. I never bought a woman like first time for me.
He about to rat on me. Go ahead.
No. This all me, right? I ain't gonna go that route.
Right.
For me, it was
me on every episode.
the first time I bought a woman a bag was my wife. The first time I flew a woman out was my wife. These are things that she.
Right.
No, I'm saying. Right, he taking this eternally. I called my woman jobs. Both, she had two part-time jobs. I called both of them and say she's not working at this time. I got something planned for her. That's nothing I could have said that I would have fathomed doing, or even taking that initiative, because at that point in my early 20s, mid 20s, I wouldn't. Number one, I didn't have it, and my mind couldn't conceptualize a woman deserving that because I haven't received that type of woman.
Right.
But when I'm in the trenches with a woman and she building with me and she's investing in me and reciprocating everything, I don't have no regret on doing that now.
Right.
I don't have no reservation on, oh no, where's she gonna be at in a year. She chose me and I chose her. And one thing that we say to each other all the time is I choose you. And that's a conscious decision on a daily basis where we going to go through our shit. We going to be mad at each other. But we actively invest in our future.
And see, Mark, and you brought something out that's real important. is a woman with you because she needs you, or is because she chose you?
Right.
I like that, and y'all validate that every day. Like, I'm here because I choose to be here.
Right.
You know, I'm
not
here because if I leave here, I'm going to back to home.
Right.
You know, or if I leave here, you know, I
got to give up the car.
I got to give up the car. And like I told my wife, and I tell this in front of everybody, babe, if you decide to leave me here today or tomorrow, because of the time we invested together,
it's all right.
Still lead this same lifestyle. And a lot of people say, man, what you saying? I said, hey, if my wife driving this type of car, if she left me, now if she go out here and get Freddie Fruit Loops and living with him, that's
and he drive the car.
That's
right.
different. Yeah.
That's different. But if my wife left me and say, hey, look, I just want to live the same life, just want to go out here and be loosey goosey. Hey, babe, if you used to living in this type of house, driving this type of car, I'm going to make sure you maintain that lifestyle. And I think somebody that's been with you for 36 years, they deserve that.
They earn that. They earn that. I agree.
I don't care if
I agree.
If I was to go home right now and she was in bed with 5 different men and I kicked her out, I still
and
say,
Dame was there.
No, thank you.
I still would say, well, hey, babe, you can't live here no more.
Right.
But look, this is what I'm going to do. Go on and find you a nice place. I'm going to put you up. And you know you live that lifestyle because you done paid your dues. Right. You done paid your dues.
All right, let me just throw this out there since I already had my piece. I'm gonna just interject, babe. That don't apply to you. That's 30 years. We 3. Know your role. Okay.
Hey, that's what I was getting ready to say.
Let's get back to our regularly scheduled program.
That's
30 years in the game.